Hi there, everybody, and welcome back to Booster Gold, where we're talking about nothing but Booster Gold, because Booster Gold is the fucking best character ever, because I love Booster Gold!
Back from the future to protect his past.
Start your conversations with Elliot Catch and Jordan Stein, and Booster Gold. I love you.
He is, as you've heard if you listen to this podcast, a big Cartoon Conversations favorite. But
I talked about him that much.
What did you say? We've mentioned this episode in 2 of our 6 podcasts.
I guess I just didn't even notice.
Or is it 7 now?
So much.
I don't even remember what number we're on.
This is 7.
We're on 7? Okay. Okay.
Since Little Piggy was 5, and then the one we did, then the one with the question, Fearful Symmetry, was 6. So this is 7.
So I'm glad you brought up
Justice League Unlimited episode 7 in front of me, so that was how I knew.
All right. Yes, we are going in the Netflix order, not the air date order, I guess, because according to the air date, this is the 8th episode. So, I did not realize that until now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia, and that's what it says, and I was like, oh, huh. Guess I should have looked that up beforehand.
Well.
But, let's go back to Fearful Symmetry. Go back in time. Do. And rank it.
Well, we didn't mess up and forget about the fact that we had to do this, the one thing.
Yes. So, I'm going to read out our list as it stands. Or actually, I'm looking at mine, so I can just look at it. But, Elliot, your list so far.
I totally forgot.
Is Initiation, the first episode, This Little Piggy, Hawk and Dove, Kid Stuff, and then For the Man Who Has Everything. So, where would you put Fearful Symmetry?
I would put Fearful Symmetry. I really, really enjoyed the character representations and the way they interacted more than anything. Like I thought the plot was kind of weak, but the characters were fantastic. So I would put it a bit higher. I would put it underneath Hawk and Dove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, I think the Fearful Symmetry was an episode that was just made for me. I will watch character development all day. Just, oh yeah, we tossed in a plot.
Yeah.
It took less than 2 minutes of the episode, but that's my episode.
It was a story, I guess.
I love.
Hey, look at the question, and oh man, Green Arrow's doing stuff, and there's a story, whatever.
Yeah, and I also love the question and Green Arrow. So this episode was so made for me, but at the same time, This Little Piggy had Batman and Wonder Woman ship.
Oh, of course.
And Initiation had by far the best plot and character development of the show.
Yeah.
So I can't in good conscience put it ahead of that. So I'm going to slot it in between on my list in between This Little Piggy and For the Man Who Is Everything.
Right.
Yeah. It was hard deciding whether or not to put it above For the Man Who Is Everything, but this episode is just much tighter.
Right. It is much tighter in the sense that they go through so many different lengths in the episode to kind of to carry on the plot, to carry on the character development, while in The Man Who Has Everything, it was really just Wonder Woman getting the shit kicked out of her, Batman trying desperately to save Superman, and then Superman wakes up and beats out Mongo.
Yeah.
Although that you have that entire backstory of, back plot of what's going on in Superman's head, but I feel yada yada.
Honestly, if For the Man Who Is Everything was half an hour of being in Superman's head there,
you would have loved it.
It would be number 1 with a bullet. There would be no episode even close.
It would hold a gun so no one would come close to it.
Yeah. So.
Jeez. That's some strong love.
Yeah, those might be my favorite scenes of Justice League Unlimited so far.
I can't agree with that. I really feel like it's more of the action and more of the fun.
Look, I like the action and the fun.
Of course, yeah.
But I also really like the character development, and I think Fearful Symmetry had a very good balance of the two.
Right.
So now we can get on to where we're supposed to be.
Booster Gold!
So I'm going to introduce our question of the day.
He's the best. Yes?
So our question of the day is, what do we think about the slow burn of this episode? Because this episode takes a very long time to get to its main plot.
Oh, that was the question of the day? Oh, I
did you
thought
have
it was,
something different?
why isn't this show called Booster Gold featuring the Justice League?
Yes, the love of Booster Gold here at Cartoon Conversation is
So shiny.
well documented. I think the real answer would be
Blue and gold.
because it's a tragedy that it isn't.
Yeah.
Seriously, I looked it up. In the first episode, we said we would look it up. There has been no Booster Gold show,
Yeah.
and that
It's
is
a good comics,
incredibly sad.
but yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see a Booster Gold show. I think he would fit the anti-hero
He would be perfect, you know, like
ethos.
matching up with Green Arrow, and Green Arrow, he just like can't stand him, and Booster Gold's just trying to be all fancy and shit.
Yeah,
It would be
He would-
perfect.
he would also, I think, work well in that DC live-action universe they're making
Yeah.
on television.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was referring to.
Also, I trashed the first episode of Supergirl. I want to apologize to those creators there. The second episode was actually very good.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I haven't even started it, so I guess I gotta go
Skip the first episode.
Skip the first episode.
I'm not even
Skip-
exaggerating.
skip
Skip the
the-
first episode. It is god-awful.
Oh my god.
But second episode's quite good.
Alright.
Here's everything you need to know. James Olsen is black. He also doesn't like being called Jimmy. He's totally the love interest. They haven't said it yet, but he's totally the love interest. She has a sassy best friend who is a fun reversal of the traditional
Yeah,
like
these
girl
concepts.
character. And let's see.
Spitfire.
Yeah. Then, what else? Oh, she works for Perry White, except Perry White is a girl. It's not actually Perry White.
I don't know who Perry White is.
And he's Clark Kent's boss.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, she has a sister, and there's a secret government agency she works with. Okay, everything you need to know about Supergirl. And that was a total waste of the podcast time. So let's just jump into the episode now.
Right.
Okay. Open on a giant robot. Think the Iron Giant.
Yeah, that's the
combined
first thing I
with
thought.
Lex Luthor.
It looked like the Iron Giant, actually, and I felt kind of bad because I
Because
loved
the
him.
Iron Giant was like a really good guy.
Oh, he was super cool. Except if
Yeah.
you like tried to kill him, then he would just murder everything you loved. But like that's besides the point. He's a super
yes.
chill dude.
Well, that's the Lex Luthor half of his.
Yeah, it's true. Right.
So it was like if you combine the Iron Giant with a robot Lex Luthor made in a 1960s comic to defeat Superman. So
Probably.
we focus on the crowd and we zoom in onto Booster Gold and Skeets. Booster Gold says, "You're safe now." Thanks
my
to it was just grade A grandstanding.
Oh my god! All he's
And the
doing
people
is
are just totally unimpressed. They're like,
pontificating.
oh, my life was saved so much better last week by Green Lantern. Just whatever.
No one's even saying anything. They're just staring at him, and he's like, "And I am from the future, and I am," and you have no idea who I am.
He has a promotional video because they have no idea who he is. He plays a promotional video about how great he is. It even has a tagline and high production value.
Oh my god! Right.
It was very slick. So the people are still uninterested, and now they're so interested they leave, which is just rude. You save somebody's life, and they don't even thank you.
Yeah.
So a boy asks for his autograph, and Booster Gold's very excited, but is then disappointed when he realizes that the kid thought he was Green Lantern.
Which was just weird because he's so golden and blue.
Yes, Green Lantern's going for a new look, I guess.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, Green Lantern
I
is going
think-
for the actually not Green Lantern.
Here's the thing: the internet list existed in 2004 when they made this episode. So my theory is that there's just an internet meme going around, like called Booster Gold Green Lantern.
I don't think
And
that
just like
existed.
everybody but Booster Gold knows about it, and they're all just making fun of him.
Probably. I feel like that would be something that would definitely happen.
Because You could totally see the internet organizing something dickish like that.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, but one of the things I kind of noticed is there were a lot of voice actors that were from the Rugrats in this.
Really?
Yeah, the kid that comes up to him, I think, was one of the twins, the boy.
Yeah?
Phil, I think, right? Phil and Lil, were they? I forget.
Phil and Lil, yeah.
Yeah, and then their mother was the one giving birth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the woman in the fucking...
Dee Dee. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to listen to that next time I watch it.
Yeah. Wait, was Phoebe Tommy's mom? I forget. Regardless.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He asked for his... That's a recurring theme where people keep thinking he's Green Lantern for some God knows reason.
I'm just going to go internet meme and enjoy it. It's a
they're all
funny,
laughing
reoccurring joke. Next... I don't think they do it again, but I wish that it was a reoccurring joke in more episodes.
Oh, no,
this could have been
one episode. That's the whole thing.
Here's the thing, though. If he was in a number of episodes, this could have been like the equivalent of the cabbage joke in Avatar.
Oh, yeah.
My cabbages! Where he goes that, and it's not so funny the first time, but then every time you hear it, it gets funnier.
You feel so awful for this one guy.
Yes. He always gets his cabbages destroyed. But Booster Gold always gets confused with Green Lantern for no reason.
Right.
So he is disappointed. Booster Gold is disappointed, and Skeets tries to cheer him up, but is ineffective as Booster Gold walks off the screen.
Yeah. Skeets being his little robot that he stole from the future.
Yes. So we cut to space, where there are now 8 watchtowers.
Cut to space.
Seriously, there are 8 watchtowers now.
Dude,
Bruce Wayne has so much money to throw away. Like, you're really telling me that Bruce Wayne can hide this much money? I was totally willing to accept the 3. I was totally willing to accept the 6. They have 8 now.
I feel like there's so many superheroes up there. They can totally amass a fortune and or make all of it themselves.
For less? Yes. Check out the new Horizon on...
What the hell?
Sorry, I'm on the Wikipedia here just to make sure I get some facts right, and it played a ad. Sorry about that. Free advertising for Crummy Video.
Let me some sick shit.
Yeah, I exited it out. Don't worry.
Damn it.
So, there are 8 watchtowers now, and Bruce Wayne's wallet is very light. So...
Batman. He doesn't need a wallet. He's Batman.
His bat belt, perhaps. So, Booster Gold and Martian Manhunter are walking along, and Booster Gold wants to go on a more dangerous mission. They're completely ignoring a purple jumpsuited worker. Oh. Dun dun dun. That's going to come up later, but it's a nice... it's a nice bit of foreshadowing there.
I do love the conversation he has with Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
It was so incredibly rude, and he had almost, no idea.
So,
think about, the name Booster Gold. It just rolls off the tongue. You want to keep saying it. Your name is a little weirder than that, but, still, it's great.
Yeah.
And he even asks him how much he makes before taxes.
That was great. He goes, yeah. I know fame isn't the only thing that matters. How much did you make before taxes? Right?
Fame isn't the only thing that matters. Fame and money is what matters.
Yeah. So, Martian Manhunter is unimpressed by Booster Gold's desperate attempt to seize fame. And Booster Gold gives a delightfully self-absorbed answer. Martian Manhunter says that attitude is why he doesn't trust him with big missions. And Martian Manhunter has a good point here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you totally agree with him. So Booster Gold says that it's not just about fame, it's also about money. There's an alarm and Martian Manhunter runs to the control center. Wonder Woman appears on the screen and asks for help. She's almost hit by a beam, but Batman saves her. Yay. We see a crazed Mordru the Merciless.
Right.
Who's like a wizard figure.
Yeah. Except he's like, 20 feet tall, riding a dragon at one point.
Yeah.
He's just nuts.
He's gotten a serious power boost.
Yeah.
Mordru floating over the city. We're later going to find out it's Metropolis. But now it's just a very New York-ish looking city. And it's wreaking havoc. So, let's see. So Mordru the Martian Manhunter is nervous as he introduces our villain. This guy is dangerous. Never has Martian Manhunter ever felt such malevolence in a single person.
Such anger. Such evil.
Yeah. He says it's really overdramatic, and this overdramatic music is playing as Martian Manhunter prophesies the doom that will befall the Earth if Mordru the Merciless isn't defeated. And Booster Gold responds, "Yes."
Yeah, he's like so happy.
Cut to credits.
Everyone's gonna die. Sweet.
Yeah. So
shit, man.
This is his Han Solo shooting first moment. This guy's just a douche.
Yep.
And he's got far to go before we like him. So now we open again on a determined assemblage of heroes. In one shot, we have Fire, Ice, Star, Stripe, Vigilante, Shining Knight, Hawk, Martian Manhunter, and Booster Gold. So, they watch as Mordru defeats Superman. Captain Atom is fixing a nuclear fire. He doesn't want to leave, but Martian Manhunter says, Omega level problem. Which is it's not technically military terminology, but it sounds like something you and I would make up to sound like military terminology. So, says Martian
Manhunter. That's their codes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just pointing out they have like military style codes, which I thought was interesting. Captain Atom says Roger and flies to Metropolis to help. This is where we find out it's Metropolis. Green Lantern coordinates with Martian Manhunter. He's going to lead the ground forces. I love all the military terms here. It shows how organized the League is, and it calls back to the first episode where Superman said, "We can't all be cowboys anymore." So.
You are loving that.
Okay, it was one of the central themes of this show that was introduced brilliantly, and we got to hear what is quite possibly the worst joke ever that I love.
Oh, that one. I mean, I don't know. I feel as if it wasn't really a joke, more of just sort of, them understanding the world.
No, it was just funny because the joke wasn't the joke Superman made. The joke was the fact that they put in a pity laugh.
A pity laugh.
And it was so clearly a pity laugh. It was delightful. After Superman makes a terrible joke, because he's Superman, and you laugh at anything he makes that's close to a joke.
You better fucking laugh.
Yeah.
Else Superman's gonna kick your ass.
So they have great precision. Martian Manhunter calls out the names for a ground team under Green Lantern. We have even more heroes assembled now. And they're all named, which is kind of cool. Like, we add in Aztec and a couple other guys. It also reinforces the military theme because they all have such great discipline and running off right away. Booster Gold is hurt, he isn't called. He clears his throat multiple times. It takes multiple times for Martian Manhunter to relent and agree to let him go.
To even give a shit for a second.
He talks to Skeets about how this is a big chance. However, he mispronounces the villain's name to show he wasn't really listening to to Martian Manhunter. Also, this is one of several beats we're going to get on him trying to turn superheroing into profit.
Yes.
They get on the teleporter to Metropolis.
Mumu the Merciless.
Yes. Where bat demons are attacking and people are running. The heroes arrive, and Batman and Green Lantern organize the troops. Batman puts Elastic Man and Booster Gold on crowd control. Booster Gold thinks Batman is joking. He goes, "Oh, bats," and they say you don't have a sense of humor. Batman just replies, "Crowd control." And Booster Gold obeys. Because when Batman takes that tone, you obey.
When Daddy takes his belt out.
Yeah. If we ever make t-shirts, you know those obey shirts?
Oh, right.
We need a picture of Batman with just obey. So.
I want a picture of Batman, holding a belt out.
Yeah.
And, this is your home now. Welcome to Daddy's belt.
Yeah. So, Elastic Man is disappointed and dissed, in his own words, by Green Lantern, who says they don't need two stretchy guys.
Right? Like,
What a douche!
What a 5-year-old thing to say. We don't need two stretchy guys? Are you kidding me?
Also, okay, honestly, if you're gonna get one stretchy guy, you're telling me you're gonna take Plastic Man over Elastic Man?
Oh, totally. Plastic Man's super cool, man. He's jonesing all about that stuff.
No,
So
Elastic Man has discipline. He's a detective.
That's
He has the same exact powers, but he also doesn't have a criminal past. He also isn't. He is also much smarter.
Something.
Elastic Man is a superior hero. He's a much less interesting character, so he doesn't get as much attention because he's just kind of a one-note character.
They had this whole thing with him and Dr. Light, actually.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
I hadn't read that.
Oh, yeah, no, it was nuts, which was kind of weird because they showed Dr. Light, or they mentioned Dr. Light in this episode. He was one of the people that they said were going to go with them.
Oh, huh.
I feel like it's,
Dr. Light is usually a villain in the DC universe.
Yeah, I feel like, there was a different Dr. Light, but, shit, man.
Yeah.
He does some fucked up stuff to him.
Oh, huh. Well, whatever. So, Booster Gold takes it pretty well, saying, we have an important job to do, which shows character growth. Good for him. So, maybe he's felt a little bad about that, and he is doing a truly important task. So, cut to him bored, waving screaming people along. Seriously, worst crowd control ever. They're screaming and running. You're supposed to calm them and move them in an orderly fashion.
Oh, Skeets tries to calm him super bad.
Yes, Skeets is actually doing the job there, but he's a robot. He doesn't have a great understanding of human psychology.
I love what he does right there, with the, is it the stop?
Yes,
light?
he does the stop thing for no reason.
I couldn't fucking remember. With the stoplight, where he just has it, everyone just stops. They don't know what to do with themselves. They're like, wait, what?
Why? And then they all go, why are we all stopping here? And they just go back to running.
And then they just run him over.
Yeah. So, yeah. That was okay. That was strange. But Elastic Man is complaining about not being included. He's a much more serious hero than Plastic Man, after all, even if he exaggerates it a bit. He says he wouldn't help them if they begged him. Wonder Woman then demands he helped, and presumably, because she demanded instead of asking, he goes and does it. So, Skeet says maybe Elastic Man had actually said that he had disguised himself as a vase for 3 days.
Right.
Earlier to show his skill. So when he's selected instead of Booster Gold, Skeet says, maybe they needed a vase. Okay. So, now Booster Gold is bored and alone, waving along the most orderly panicked mob ever. Seriously, no one is crushed to death. Good job, Booster Gold. Keeping the panicked mob moving, I guess. So, Booster Gold is depressed about not fighting, and Skeets quotes Milton in what is now one of my favorite quotes. It's just a fantastic quote.
It is a good
They
one.
also serve who only stand and wait, which is from Milton's 19th sonnet, which is a far better sonnet than Paradise Lost. So,
I liked Paradise Lost.
you liked Paradise Lost?
It's a very good story,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I couldn't finish it.
Really? Oh, that's weird.
Paradise Lost must be the weirdest weirdest place we've ever gone.
Paradise Lost.
Yeah.
I don't know. We get into some crazy, stupid stuff.
We do. But two Jews talking about Paradise Lost is probably a little bit weird.
Well, it's a really interesting, unless I'm thinking of something different, that's the one regarding the devil, right?
Yeah, the Garden of Eden and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I enjoyed the fact of, the devil saying, I would much rather be ruling over hell than,
That is one of my favorite quotes too. I'd rather rule in hell than better to rule in hell than serve in heaven. Reign in hell. That's what it is. It's a beautiful quote. Philosophers have argued hundreds of years over it. By the way, better to serve in heaven is my take on it. What's yours?
Well, I understand his point that he's making, not to be a server, but to be a ruler, and understanding that. But the thing is, we're not talking about Booster Gold. So
okay.
Fuck the devil. Fuck God. Booster Gold is here.
Booster Gold has a type. So that quote, that poem, the sonnet, Milton wrote about his blindness, and Booster Gold actually has a type of blindness here from his earlier. I'm gonna go cite his earlier cite about how important of a job this is. He now is a bit blind to what he saw earlier. So I like that reference there.
What do you mean when he said he was blind to what he saw earlier?
The poem that comes from is about Milton's blindness. That even though he's blind and he has to stand still, he still can be useful.
Oh, I thought that was... I interpreted that in a completely different way.
No. And how it works here in the first sense is that Booster Gold, even though he's standing still and he's not fighting, is still doing an important job. That's the main point. But there's a second level to using that quote, in that Milton was talking about his blindness, and Booster Gold has some blindness there because he doesn't see the importance of what he's doing through his boredom.
Yeah. He can only see, the old cliche versions of what a superhero is and what it means to be a hero, saving the damsel in distress, stopping a burning building. He even, when, a little while afterwards, a small child says that his aunts need to be saved. So he flies into a burning building and...
We'll get to that later, yeah.
This is my chance. I mean, that's literally like right after what happens.
Yeah. Skeeth looks on the bright side, and a figure shoots into the ground next to him. It is half Batman and half Superman, and has Wonder Woman's voice.
Right.
It's just a delightful piece of macabre. So, I just love that. Also needs to be on a t-shirt somewhere. So, a boy goes up to Booster Gold and says his aunts are still in the building, but it's not his parents' sister, but his pet aunts. And as you said before, Booster Gold is very excited to save two poor defenseless women, just to find out he is saving his pet aunt from.
Yep.
So, the boy thanks Green Lantern and runs away.
Agreeing with the blindness for a second, is the fact that he said, how happy he was to have his pets.
Yeah.
But Booster Gold couldn't really, see that because even though this is clearly very important to the child, it's not a person. It's not, a priceless artifact.
It's not worth risking Booster Gold's life over.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he would have risked any life and limb inside of a burning building because he's Booster Gold and he's got, crazy fucking goodness. It's just the fact that these are things that are beneath, worth saving. Even though this is what is worth saving is truly in the eye of the beholder and whatnot.
Yeah.
To him, he can't see it because it doesn't follow the regular guidelines. It's not the president. It's not, a beautiful woman. It's a bunch of ants.
Yeah.
In a cage.
So, Booster Gold rants about this. This is his nadir as a character. This isn't pretty, but it is
this is his character.
I don't think this is his character. His character is better than that. This is him not presenting himself well.
This is Booster Gold, man.
Booster
Gold is a very...
In the end, he is a hero.
Human character.
Booster Gold is selfish.
He complains. He goes after fame and fortune. He's a very human kind of guy.
He does, and that makes his character interesting, but when you scratch down below that, he is a hero. And he is better than complaining about helping a kid.
This is sort of like his origin story. Even though this is very much, made up in a way. This doesn't really have any canon to itself. This is his origin story where he realizes what it means to be a hero.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. This is his realizes to be a hero moment, and this is his not doing a good job at that, need to improve moment.
Yeah, no, in the beginning he's all about fame and fortune, and then he realizes, there's so much more to being a hero.
Yep. A science lab is exploding. Continuing our breakdown, sorry. Oh. Booster Gold goes to help. Two men are limping out, and Booster Gold asks if anyone is still inside. They say Dr. Simmons is still in there. She's been knocked out and is on the floor. Skeet scans her, and Booster Gold talks about his luck at finding a damsel in distress.
Oh my god, this scientist is such a hot chick, it's crazy.
Okay. So, she wakes up and says, they're all gonna die. World's best pickup line.
Yeah.
So she says they're experimenting with an alternative energy source, probably fusion.
I don't know. I thought the energy source was just having black holes.
Yeah, they never make clear what it is. I don't really care that they don't make clear. It's probably fusion. She says it could destroy everything. Booster Gold is so into this. So, we cut to a man walking down the street with a black hole in his stomach.
Yep.
Now,
just picking up debris and slurp.
Yep.
Going.
So we cut to Martian Manhunter directing the troops. Supergirl sighting, yay. She lays down suppressing fire. Booster Gold calls Martian Manhunter, but Martian Manhunter doesn't have time for that shit. He has to say vaguely military terms to superheroes. Booster Gold continues the call as if he hadn't just been hung up on to impress the girl. And then he calls her the beautiful scientist. Really, it's 2462 and we still haven't conquered sexism.
That's really? His character. That's the whole point about Booster Gold is, that's what these people do. I mean,
okay, but she's clearly a genius. But all you care about is being a horn dog.
Also that, there have been so many weird fucking parts with what do you call it? Women in this show and women in comics in general having sort of this problem.
It's not really pretty when you talk about women in comics, but this guy's from the future. He should have it figured out.
No, he's like a kid, man.
No, I get he's a kid, but by 2460, kids shouldn't be horn dogs. They should be at least less sexist. So, she's made a device that will stop it in like 30 seconds. So, let's just talk about how ridiculously impressive that is. She just designed a device that will stop a black hole.
She is a very good...
You can see why scientists are so revered in this world. They can just do that.
She's a very good scientist.
Hey, I think hunger's a problem. Is Dan free? Yeah, I think we could schedule him for like 30 minutes. That should be enough, right?
Is Jim around? We need to solve world hunger.
Oh, yeah. No, Jim isn't around. He's busy stopping global warming. Okay, how about Dave? Oh, well, Dave is good.
Steve?
Yeah. So, then, they schedule like 30 minutes of Dave's time. He solves world hunger. And then he goose back to doing his science-y things.
Doing his other science stuff.
Yes. Gotta make a giant robot to fight Superman. So, she's awesome. But Booster Gold just wants to know if the guy is her boyfriend. Because F you, Booster Gold. He takes her to safety.
It's important, man. You gotta know.
Yes. Before attempting to stop Dan. Dan the Black Hole Man. So, we cut to Mordru wreaking havoc against the whole Justice League. And now we cut back to Booster Gold, excited at his imminent date night with the hot doc.
Yo.
He is about to put the collar on, which is the device the doctor made. But he's hit by the car that Mordru sent flying. Dun, dun. This is my least favorite part of the episode.
Just kind of like flips around
Where-
as he's about to put it on.
Where basically Booster Gold is just going to be stopped by stupid things repeatedly. This is just bad writing, which is a shame because I love this episode so much.
Right.
Sent flying in the last scene. Dan the black hole man sucks in a hot dog cart, but not the vendor, which makes no sense.
I mean,
But
the
we can't
entirety
have
behind
casualties,
this thing
so-
doesn't really make sense at all.
The black hole thing. Okay, the vendor pissed me off because one, the city is evacuated. Who's he gonna sell hot dogs to?
What is he just doing walking around, right?
Yeah. So why does the black hole not work on people? This happens several times, but whatever. So then, because the black hole logic isn't pissing me off enough, the guy absorbs a truck, but no driver. Because logic. And then he walks past an ambulance, but doesn't suck that up. So, the truck sends things flying at Booster Gold, which delays him, and then the ambulance has a pregnant lady in it, who's in labor, so he has to stop. Booster Gold tries to pass it off onto the doctor, and she says, "Why me?" He says, "Because you're a doctor." And she says, "I'm a physicist."
Yeah.
So, they decide that he's going to help the woman in labor because that is definitely the best use of their resources. And she helps Dan, the black hole man. He's totally unprepared, but he seems to figure it out because Skeet is pacing nervously and a nice joke about Skeet being the father. Outside, as Booster Gold stumbles out,
You
as
are
the
the
woman
father.
screams, "Thank you, Green Lantern!"
Yeah, I loved that. Oh my god. She even, like as he's going back, as he just helped this woman give birth,
Yeah.
and he's still Green Lantern.
That was fantastic. So Booster Gold flies up to help the doc. He's self-conscious, but his self-pity is interrupted by him finding Dan in a subway. Doc is... Sorry?
No, I just said yes.
Yeah.
I agreed.
Doc is in trouble, and he saves her, but is caught in the gravitation. He puts some rubble in the way, which... That's not how black holes work, but... Okay, whatever. They almost kiss, but Skeet interrupts in what was actually a pretty funny scene. A train is sucked up by Dan.
Oh my god, yeah, that scene where they're like about to kiss for some reason because, obviously when people are, near death, you have to have hormones going like crazy.
I mean, I thought that was reasonable that they would want to kiss.
I really don't agree, but, regardless.
I mean, when you're about to die, you do stuff like that.
But they're about to kiss, and then Skeets just jumps in and goes, "He's in the subway! He's in the subway!"
And Booster Gold is just like,
Thank you. Thank you so much for that one.
yeah. So, saves her, caught in the gravitation. So Dan
So
so the train is sucked up by Dan, the black hole man, but not the second one, which hits Booster Gold, which is now the third just random thing that stopped him from putting a collar on a guy.
Yep.
Okay. These
Giant
things.
tower that, within moments of it bursting into existence and having life, it was just completely destroyed.
Yeah, okay. So, now he hits his lowest point where he's going to walk out of the subway dejected. Skeets raises the stakes.
The stakes?
He tries to get him to go
right.
back. Booster Gold, but Booster Gold is more concerned with the doctor's safety, so he flies her to a place of safety, which is only like 10 feet away, so it's not actually much safer. As Booster Gold goes to Dan to put the collar on again, however, Mordru happens to enchant a building because we need to pad this episode. which wakes up and attacks the Doctor, just as Booster Gold is about to put the collar on. And in the time he hesitates, he could have just put the collar on and then saved her. But he doesn't.
Oh, I thought we were totally... Never mind. All right, I'm totally lost right now.
So, Booster Gold attacks the building and is knocked back. Skeets, during this time, is sucked in by Dan. Booster Gold is just crushed by that.
He actually was really, really sad at losing Skeets.
Their relationship throughout this whole episode is fantastic. That even though Skeets is very subservient, Booster Gold would go to hell and back for this guy.
Yeah.
He would give up fame, fortune, and money.
Yeah. Skeets, is in a way, one of his only connections to his real timeline.
Yeah. Skeets means a lot to him. And that his incompetence got Skeet killed is just destroying him.
He also bails him out of every goddamn situation ever, but,
Yeah, Skeets... Booster Gold would not be too much without Skeets. But... Booster Gold is crushed, but this is not the real way. This is his becoming a hero moment. She screams as Booster Gold, as Dan comes to their rescue and sucks in the building. But Doc and Booster Gold are sucked in too. The black hole is going to engulf the whole world. Booster Gold admits he was a failure in the future, that he doesn't deserve to be a hero, that he came back for the money. This is him hitting rock bottom and coming back.
Yeah, this is Booster Gold breaking down.
Yeah.
Where he realizes that being a hero means so much more, He doesn't feel like he's up for the job.
Yeah. She says, who cares? The world is going to end. She says, you're the only one who can stop it. And he does. He flies at the man, flies at the black hole. His legs are sucked in. His top half is being spaghettified.
Yeah,
but he manages to get the collar on. And everyone is okay as Dan regurgitates what has been sucked in perfect form.
Manages to somehow, even as he's being disemboweled by, the forces of nature itself, slip the collar on and is not, completely torn asunder. And then Skeets comes out again. Yay! Fine. Even though Skeets was, also clearly ripped apart as it went inside.
Okay, this is actually the second time they've done that.
Details.
Where they've had, oh no, a character's dead, and then they brought him back fine.
What was
in the first episode, we had that with Captain Adam. And I don't know why, but I give it a free pass here again.
He wasn't really fine. He was almost dead. They explained he was on the brink of death.
Yeah, and I thought that was good. And I was okay with it because they did that. Here,
Skeets was ripped apart and came back fine. I wish he was at least looking a little bit torn up or something.
I wish he'd gone, whoa, my circuits are out of joint or something like that.
Instead,
and Booster Gold goes, I'll fix you, my friend, or something like that.
No, he makes a reference to 2001 Space Odyssey.
Oh, what does he say?
He says, my gosh, it was full of stars or something.
Oh, that's what that line was about? Oh, that's cool. I didn't catch that reference. So what was I saying again? Yeah, so I don't know why I'm totally okay with them bringing back Skeets with no consequences. Normally that's something that would make me angry.
Anything. It was nice and lighthearted, and that was the point of it.
Yeah, I think that's why I don't care that this episode's so lighthearted and fun that I didn't really believe at any point that Skeets wouldn't be okay. So.
Sort of, in a way, you could say that was his reward, Booster Gold's reward for, doing a good job and not truly asking for anything in return.
Yeah, that's fair. So now, everyone is okay. Skeets does a great reference, which went over my head, but thankfully not yours. And as Booster Gold turns to walk away, Skeets says...
If you didn't know what the thing was from, then it would not have really mattered.
No, the line works even if it doesn't, because there are stars in a black hole.
Right.
Yeah, that was fine. So, Skeets says Booster Gold missed an opportunity to quote-unquote, kiss the girl.
Yeah, see, Skeets, I want to go and rewatch this show, this one episode, because I swear Skeets may have just been one giant ball of references.
Yeah, he really was. So, Booster Gold says, kissing the girls for heroes.
Yep.
So, we cut to, I counted 25 heroes discussing the battle. They have bonded. They have bled together. They have cried. They have sweated. And the villain is defeated.
Alright, you're getting a little hectic over here.
Defeated by Elastic Man, who stretched in the right place. And he's kind of bragging about it in a pseudo-humble way, because Elastic Man's kind of a dick. And
well, he did capture Mordru the Merciless.
Yeah.
He was the one.
Okay, but you're telling me if Batman did that, he wouldn't have been like, okay, we're done. Let's move on here.
Well, Batman does that, every day. Elastic Man is in the background, usually with crowd control. So when he takes down something that was managing to smack the crap out of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman at the same time, I feel like he's going to talk about it.
That's fair. So, what is it? And he's kind of bragging about it in a pseudo-humble way. Booster Gold kind of watches over on the side. He's not one of them. He's not
cheering. He's not, applauding.
Yeah. So Batman comes up and upbraids him about not being on crowd control. Booster Gold is in serious trouble here. But he's going to have a long talk with Batman. And there will not be kind words, I imagine. So, someone says, "Excuse me, Green Lantern." And Booster Gold almost goes off before he sees that she is the Doc.
Yeah. For the last time.
Yeah. He goes, "I know who Booster Gold is." Which makes me think that people actually know who Booster Gold is. They're just fucking with him.
When she says, "I know who Booster Gold is," I think she was saying that in the sense of, in comparison to Green Lantern, I know who Booster Gold is.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Booster Gold.
So there's two possibilities here. Either she Googled him before she caught up on him.
He said his name.
Well, no, to know the Green Lantern joke.
Oh.
She Googled him. Or it's a giant internet meme to call him Green Lantern. I kind of like the internet meme story, but they both work. Because otherwise she wouldn't know that everyone thought he was Green Lantern. So she asks him out, and they walk off into the sunset together. And it's really sweet, and I kind of love this. So.
And we also get that little quip in the end.
Oh yeah, squeaky wheel, man. Squeaky wheel.
Squeaky wheel. Squeaky wheel.
Which is they referenced earlier in the episode where Elastic Man is complaining, and then when they allow him to fight Mordru, he says squeaky wheel. So.
They're also holding hands into the sunset.
Yeah, it was really sweet. I liked it.
I don't know. It's very, like holding hands.
I don't
Should have been like arm in arm, It looks like they're about to go off on a date.
Yeah, they were about to go. I don't know. I liked it.
Well, yeah. I mean, they wanted. That's very kid-friendly kind of.
Yeah, they had to make it kid-friendly. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, now let's answer that big question. So, it was a long time. It was over 13 minutes into a 22-minute episode before we get to the main plot, which is the black hole. What do you think about that, Elliot?
I feel like that was fine. I feel like that was perfectly fine because that really wasn't exactly the main plot. Like, the main plot of this episode was just understanding Booster Gold's story, understanding his plight,
Yeah.
So, in a way, having just the main problem being, the black hole deal, wasn't really... It wasn't that important. It was just, that's the thing that's going to kill us, but there's still so much else going on because we need to know so much more about Booster Gold.
Yeah.
This is his coming of age story. This is his understanding what a hero means story. This is us understanding who Booster Gold is in general because he's such a comical guy and I love him so much.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really liked it.
You really should read some of the comics between him and the Blue Beetle. They're so funny.
Yeah, he always has a great partnership with the Blue Beetle, who it's really sad Blue Beetle never appears in this show.
Yeah.
Not even in like a background cameo. And they do some pretty obscure characters. Shining Knight actually gets speaking lines.
Shining Knight. Who is that again?
He's the guy in the chainmail who appears.
Oh, he's the King Arthur guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he was great. Oh my god.
I liked him as a character, but he's way more obscure than Blue Beetle.
Yeah, he never does anything really.
Yeah, well, Vigilante really gets lines.
Yeah, like, he really said he was set up well for that episode. I feel like that was the point of the episode.
Yeah.
You know, having characters that did not have what do you call it? That didn't have powers, you know, to be impressive. When is that episode again?
I don't think it's till season 3. I love that episode. I can't wait till we get to it.
Yeah, no, that's one of my favorites as well. So many good lines and so many good.
And I love the non-superpowered heroes.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It really goes to show, you know, like anyone can be a hero. It just depends upon how you go about it.
Yeah. So.
Hey, if we had to do the ranking thing again, I'm just going to go and shove this episode at number 1.
Okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. I want to give what I just want to talk about. Oh,
you're part of the story, right?
Yeah. I just love how much great character development in this is. We get a big arc. I kept trying to construct 3 beats. Like, traditionally in storytelling, you do things in 3s.
Right.
But because this episode had such a slow burn and it wasn't as focused on the action, what they actually kind of did here, which is kind of cool, is they did 5 and 6 beats. Where they would hit on, like, the Green Lantern line. Or Booster Gold being a bad person. Multiple times. So it meant even more when he reversed that. When he stopped caring about fame. When he stopped caring about fortune. When he just started being a hero. It was kind of cool that we got to see that a little bit more. So that's why I really liked the slow burn. And I thought it was pretty bold for a kid's show to do such a thoughtful and slow burning story.
I feel like, especially for a kid's show, you know, they had so many different things going on at once. It was very gripping, very action-packed. It was really easy to keep their attention going because of, you know, everything that was going on very fast. The overhanging main bad guy with Mordru was going around blowing up the entire city, and we saw superheroes coming in over and over and trying to deal with that. And all of the mayhem going on, and Booster Gold going in and trying out all this stuff. We got a lot of different elements of a story just bombarding us all at once. So it kept the action going really well. It kept the story going very well, and it kept us interested really well.
Yeah. The use of Mordru was pretty cool. He's a villain that they don't need to reuse, so they can just make him ridiculously powerful.
Right.
And he can just be this kind of big bad that we don't really talk about. Like in a lot of shows do this. Whatever. Like, actually, there's an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer called The Zeppo, where they do this. It's a Xander. It's a side character episode where it's told from his perspective. And there's this big world-stopping thing. But his job is to stop a bomb that some other people have planted.
Oh, okay.
And all the other characters are, like, traumatized by saving the world. And this big, incredible, life-changing event happens to them. But he stopped a bomb, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, right.
And it's a really funny episode, just like this one. They sell out everything for a joke here, and that hurts the episode. But it's a pretty funny episode in their defense, so I'm kind of okay that they made this the joke episode.
I don't know. I feel like it really wasn't even that much. It wasn't exactly a joke episode. It was just a feel-good episode. You know,
that might be a better way of putting it.
Yeah, it made you understand the notions of the characters, made you get a little closer to them, and it was, it was definitely funny, and it didn't pertain that much to a serious plot because anything serious was just happening in the background. But, you know, in a way, it was still really great because we got a different side of a superhero than we've ever really seen. You know, one that was doing it for all the wrong reasons and how they go about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. All right, so you want to do rankings, or do you have anything else to say?
I mean, you know, like there you go. That's my rankings. So,
All right,
you know
so
my rankings.
Elliot is putting his number 1. Let's see. So the greatest story never told.
You know, it's
finally
kinda
passing the pilot episode, the initiation, on one of our lists.
You know, it's kind of weird. Apparently, there's a documentary on Adolf Hitler that's also called The Greatest Story Never Told.
That's an unfortunate fact.
Yeah. Which was a little weird when I was trying to find out a little bit more on this episode on YouTube.
Oh, God.
That's really all I was getting.
Oh, wow. So, for me, where I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to have to kind of work through where I'm going to put this episode. So, when I first started this, I thought it was going to be a number 1. I was pretty excited for this episode, but they sold out a lot of character for a joke.
Oh.
And I still think it would have been number 1 there.
I don't think they
But
sold. I don't think
I
they sold
couldn't-
out anything. That's where we differ.
The back half of this episode with the black hole plot and all the plot holes in the black hole that just made no sense in universe, and all of the like stupid things that he could have just flew up to the guy, put the collar on him, and then dealt with all the stupid things that interrupted him. Like, really, do you have that bad ADD?
You're so mean.
I have ADD. It's not that bad. You can concentrate on something when it's the end of the world. So
I would completely disagree. When
So
it's the
that
end
pissed
of
me
the
off.
world, there's so getting your attention, man.
So I thought it was ridiculous. I thought that was really, and that knocks it down a whole bunch of pegs for me. I think I'm gonna put it in between For the Man Who Is Everything and Hawk and Dove, because the really good parts are the best of the whole series, maybe. But the bad parts just annoy the heck out of me. So overall, this is a fantastic episode, and I think there's a gap in my list after this episode. But when you get to Hawk and Dove and kid stuff, it's just those aren't as good. That's a tier below.
I feel like they're important. Like like just because they don't have that much in terms of plot or that much in terms of character development, they're still very important in the fact that, you know, this is what we watch them for. You can't have constant character development. There weren't constant character development in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you know.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking at.
Yeah.
So, you know, you want to show them in their element. You want to show them doing the things that you love watching them do, which is, you know, save the day and fight the bad guy and doing it in crazy ways.
Yeah.
So these episodes are important because they build up, you know, how strong these characters are. They build up how important they view certain things in the world.
No,
How
you're right.
they-
I think this is an excellent episode. I think on most shows, this might be the best episode of the show. If you came out with something this good. Because this episode has fantastic moments. It has literary quotes, which are just like a nice little Easter egg for the parents. It has everything you'd want in an episode. And the execution of it is quite good. There's so many strong episodes ahead of it.
Well, there's so many strong episodes coming out in our way because of, you know, those episodes are almost unparalleled.
Yeah, I was expecting there to be a bad episode. And,
Oh my God.
like, kid stuff kind of annoyed me a little bit, but if it was on TV, I'd still watch it. So, I'm shocked there hasn't been a bad episode. and I keep waiting for like the other shoe to drop and us to hit 3 or 4 bad episodes in a row.
We're only going to get good ones.
But
I mean, like,
I'm looking ahead, and I don't see bad things coming. The next
Yeah.
one is the one with the
Ultimate.
atom, right?
what? Oh, no, next one is The Return, where we
Oh.
see someone come back from, what is it? From the first series,
Yeah.
which was a really interesting rendition of the character. Plus, it's a really great time to talk about philosophy
Yeah.
in that episode.
Ah.
Oh my God, they dig deep on that one.
Yeah.
And then the next one is The Ultimatum, where they have a lot of different homages to characters from older
Oh.
series like Super Friends or
Oh,
Justice-
that's a Super Friends homage.
Yeah, Super
The
Friends.
Ultimate episode
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ultimatum was very
We're
good.
gonna have a lot of fun with that episode.
And then there's Dark Heart, Wake the
Also,
Dead.
Ultimate is our
Once-
10th. Is gonna be our 10th episode, isn't it?
No, Dark Heart will be our 10th episode.
Oh, okay.
Which is, what a way to freaking make that. That's so great,
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dark Heart is probably, up there in terms of one of my favorites, just like in any cartoon series. Like that one was so,
Dark Heart is pretty epic. We
So
might
daunting,
pass
yeah.
our 30 superheroes in one frame total. That is the record so far. 25.
Mm-hmm.
In this episode came close, but no cigar.
Dark Heart will have it.
Yep. I don't know, we'll find
The
out.
Return will have it.
Return?
The Return will have it. Oh my God.
I don't remember.
don't
Oh,
remember
yeah. But that
Yeah.
doesn't count because they're all Green Lanterns.
Well, no, I mean there's a huge legion of them. Although no, they come in one at a time, so I guess not.
Yeah, it's one.
Yeah.
I mean, in just one shot. There are more superheroes in the Return. Okay, this is minutia.
I'm sure Dark Heart will have it, but regardless,
So,
I guess that's all I got to say about that one. Besides how much I love Booster Gold,
yep.
he's my
3
favorite
cheers for
character in
Booster
the
Gold.
DC game too.
Yeah.
Card game, the deck building game.
That's a good game.
Oh God, it's such a good game.
All right.
Maybe we should record that one. See
Yeah.
how that works.
That'd be fun. We could
Yeah.
do a special podcast recording that. We'll do it, probably better to do it as a video. Explain
Right.
the rules and then play it. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe one weekend we'll do that. Okay. So, I'm going to head out. Any last words for our audience, Elliot?
Stay beautiful. Do what you love. Listen to music and talk about Booster Gold.
Cool.
'Cause
I
he
second
deserves
that.
it.